Well, hello, 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 everybody. It is another fabulous Friday fun day. I'm a bit hoarse, I'm a bit tired, but I am certainly here to hang out with all of you. My name is Rob Appell. I'm a quilt maker here at Stitchin Heaven out in Quitman, Texas. If it's your first time joining along, welcome, welcome, welcome to a Friday Fun Day Live. We're going to have a blast today. It is January 3rd. We are still in recovery mode from our amazing New Year's Day mystery quilt sew along. I've got my quilt here finished up on the table. Talk a little bit about my knitting. I got to meet with my knitting teacher, Amy, this morning. Thanks, Carl, for reminding her that she needed to come over and meet with me. We're going to have a great show today. I would like to welcome all 67,000 of you who have subscribed already. If you have not, please do so now. Smash the like button and make sure you turn on those notifications so that whenever we do go live, you are informed about that. And if you are new to the show, we are pushing out in 1080. And if you are in a rural or poor internet area, you may want to downgrade the quality on your side of YouTube so that it streams a little bit better. But I don't want to downgrade my side because I think it looks beautiful from the way it's streaming out here. And yes, if you joined us Wednesday, we had a blast, but we had a few technical issues, and I've read so many positive comments. Thank you all for sticking with us and being so supportive. We had a blast. We gave away $1,500 in store cash prizes. We made 2 beautiful quilts. Let's just go ahead and kind of dive into that for a quick show and tell. And then I'll talk a little bit more about it later. But if you didn't catch the end of the video due to some of the technical issues and things, here is the quilted version of Tiffany's colorway from the Mystery Quilt Along. Just absolutely beautiful. Let me just kind of step out of the way so you can all see that real quick. Isn't that awesome the way she did that? And she also pre-programmed in some of the quilting herself on her handy quilter with the Pro Stitcher and did just an incredibly nice job. And then here's my version, the patriotic version, red, white, and blue. This is the actual quilt top we were building on Wednesday, and I had a lovely morning today. Just took a restful day yesterday, but then had a lovely morning today assembling the last of the blocks we didn't finish up on Wednesday and putting the whole quilt together. So now I get to challenge myself with some quilting. Some of you have been threatening to do a free motion February. So we might actually sit on this for a few weeks and see if we can't do some awesome free motion for all of you out there. I don't want to make any promises I cannot keep. And when it comes to quilting, sometimes I have better plans than time in the day, as a matter of fact. So let's dive into the rest of today's show. I'll let you know we also have a wonderful Facebook group. It's a private group. So well, Rob Appell, hunt for it. I'll let you in, I promise. And I also have several wonderful links down in the description of some of the things we'll talk about today. I also had several of these wonderful videos and things I wanted to talk about during the live show on Wednesday. And so there's one specific that I really wanted you to see. We just had our incredible holiday expo, or our sewing expo, that we've now had 3 years in a row here in Quitman. We bring all of these wonderful vendors out and all of these customers, and it's hands-on sewing and demonstrations and just a ton of fun and prizes and all of that. So anyways, check out this wonderful little recap video we have for you.
Hi, my name's Tori, and I'm here at the 2024 Stitchin Heaven Expo. And I want to ask some of our customers about their experience and what their favorite things were. So if you want to, let's follow me. What's your name?
My name is Kathy Williams.
And how was your experience with us?
Oh my gosh, this is the second day here. It is amazing. I mean, we came in again at 8 o'clock this morning, a little before you opened.
Yes, ma'am.
And I came all the way from Shasta Lake, California for this.
Well, thank you.
And I'll be here tomorrow too. We have 3 classes we're taking tomorrow. The booths have been wonderful. The store is so beautiful and so well stocked, and we just love it. And I saved my money all year to come here.
Well, thank you very much for experiencing this amazing expo with us. Hey, Dee, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Is it okay if I ask you a couple of questions?
Absolutely.
How was your experience with Expo this year?
I absolutely loved it. Let me tell you, there's so many different vendors here, and then the make and takes have been fantastic. I've been so busy making bags and painting. The classes, I didn't do classes last year, so that was new for me and very exciting. And then the vendors, you had different vendors this year, which really makes it nice. It makes it refreshed, but you also had some additional vendors, and guess what? Some of them recognized me.
Hi, my name's Tori. What are y'all's names?
Jane.
Pam.
And is it okay if I ask y'all a couple questions?
Sure.
Yes. What was y'all's favorite experience with Expo this year?
Our classes. Yes.
We took 2 classes.
What was your favorite class, if any?
They were both really good.
Both good.
And they were both bad.
We want to come back and take 2-day classes.
Yes.
So you're coming back next year?
And next year we'll come for 2 days instead of
We're
one.
just here 1 day
Yes.
this time. But
Yeah.
next year we'll come back for 2 because we didn't know how much fun it would be.
Yes.
And there you have it for our 2024 Stitchin Heaven Expo this year. We had over 800 people come to this year's event. I met so many great people, and some of the best vendors got to show up this year. And yes, we did miss out on a few of them that couldn't make it, but we look forward to seeing you next year. And check out our website. Keep your eye out on the website for our sign-ups. And I hope to see you soon. Thank you.
And wasn't that awesome, everybody? I'm glad you got to kind of participate if you weren't here in person. And again, if you saw your face on there, fantastic. So glad you were here participating in that with all of us. And I was reading a bit of the comments as they're going through below. Again, ACJ, congratulations on the big prize on Wednesday, or a big prize on Wednesday. That was pretty awesome to see. And I do need to address the situation behind the polar plunge. Yes, I was trying to convince all of my friends, the all-stars here, that are many of them are on site for the retreat, and I was going to try to get us dunked in some cold water or into the pond or something fun. But then when I went to put the fun kits for the challenge online, I didn't realize they weren't online, so things kind of went south. And folks, I will admit, I was a little bit stressed out because of the technology problems we were having on Wednesday. So as soon as we were done, I actually put on some rather heavy music in my earbuds, went for a skateboard for about 20 minutes, and then I went over to the retreat center and regathered the group and felt a little bit better. But I just wasn't quite in the mood. And that's one of the reasons I saw also many of you wondering if we'd go live today. Well, I needed to get back on the horse. I'm on the exact same technology we were using on Wednesday. We're just making sure everything's working. What really happened, if you need to know the true answer, is I didn't realize I had set the file to record locally to the drive on my iPad, and it completely filled up my iPad. And once I was stuck and couldn't do anything about it. So, of course, we've taken notes. And our next virtual sew along we'll be doing will be April 19th, and it's this wonderful quilt here I've created using some of my fabrics called the Glowing Checkered Star. And what you see right here is what you will get in the pre-cut quilt kits. The quilt kits are a limited access. I don't have very many of them because we are using my fabrics, and some of these fabrics have been discontinued at this point. So we have, like I said, built several kits, although 5 of those kits have golden tickets in them, and the golden ticket will award you, if you're one of the lucky 5 winners, access on us to our August retreat. So there's 2 things to know about. There is the April 19th virtual sew along and the August Glowing Checkered Star retreat. We're calling it the Wacky and Wonderful Quilting Retreat. Here's a little bit more about that for you. Hello, quilters. It is I, Rob Appell. I am here to invite you all to join me for a virtual quilting experience on YouTube. Together, we can make in a single day this glowing checkered star quilt. If you don't want to work from your stash, don't fret. We have wonderful quilts pre-cut and available for you. Better than that, there will be golden tickets in some of those kits. That's right, 5 golden tickets will be awarded to 5 lucky winners. Those lucky winners will have their registrations paid for the Wacky and Wonderful Quilting Retreat in Quitman, Texas. That will happen August 6th through 10th, 2025. So join along for all the incredible experience. It will be wacky, it will be wonderful, and it will be all just for you with me right here at Stitchin Heaven. Okay, and in case you didn't catch it, just a reminder, that's right, the virtual quilting along, and this is open to everybody. You don't need a kit. We'll have the patterns available, and you can do it in your colorway, but if you want to sew along with me and try to make your whole quilt top in a day like I'm going to do, you're going to definitely want to pick up the pre-cut kit right here at stitchinheaven.com. So April 19th this year, Wacky and Wonderful retreat is August 6th through 10th this year, and it is going to be an absolute blast. Want to dive into a little bit of show and tell. I've been sitting on a couple of these photos for a little while here. I think I've got them in order. These are your quilts coming in, first show and tell of the year. We've got a beautiful quilt here. And actually, there's a couple from Jennifer today. So thank you, Jennifer, for sending in 3 photos of your quilts. So there's one of them there. And here is yet another lovely one. I really like the colorways in that. And then, of course, I don't know what I'm more impressed with here, the picture or the beautiful scenery that this quilt was taken in. I'm pretty attracted to that garden space or whatever's going on there as well. So lovely photo and lovely quilt, Jennifer. Thank you very much. And then also here from Ruth, we've got this wonderful Firefighters edition of a quilt. Keeping another American hero warm is my assumption. You know, I like to make up the stories as they go along. That's just kind of the fun of it. And if you ever want to have your quilt showing on a Friday Live, just go ahead and email me a photo, rob@stitchinheaven.com, and we'll make sure that we get your picture put up at a certain time. And if you watch this year's Christmas slideshow, I did save many of them, and I put together a fun little slideshow at the end of the year. And now that we've done it once, I think we should do it again over and over again. It'd be pretty cool that way. While we're blasting through some of our announcements, let me go ahead and remind you all that the Epic Block of the Month videos will be starting this month in January. Last time I checked, the kits were all sold out for this, but you could always get your name on a waiting list. You could always email in customer service, info@stitchinheaven.com. If you want to participate, don't forget to sign up for the newsletter on our normal email so that you get notified whenever we are doing any of our flash sales whatsoever, which is always great to take advantage of. And I wanted to point out that we have the Arabella project coming back up, but at the moment I can't seem to find the photograph, which is no problem. I'm wrapping up right now the last of the 12 months. So that video will also be up in a few weeks where we put on the exterior border from Arabella. And then I also want to try to do some free motioning on that. But that quilt, if I remember correctly, is 108 by 108. So that's going to be a challenge. I think I probably need to put it on a big long arm. And I'm even considering edge to edge, which wouldn't qualify actually in my world for a free motion February video. But maybe we'll get some awesome footage of that anyways as we go through. Oh, and before I dive into the grateful list here, I do also want to show off my knitting project. I don't remember where I was in the last time I showed off the sock I was making. I will admit that I didn't care much for the ribbing, and the best part about knitting is you can take it out. So this portion of the sock or so has been done twice. This ribbing is a little bit better than my first ribbing. I still need to work on my knit, purl kind of situation. And then I broke my knitting sticks about halfway through. So I don't know if you can tell, it gets a little bit thicker, changed up my sizes, but thanks to my knitting teacher who knew what an aggressive knitter I was going to be, she got me 2 sets of knitting needles just in case, although one was slightly larger than the other. So Amy approves, and we're just about ready to start the heel. Although, folks, my goodness, I don't know if any of you have ever had this same experience when you're learning, maybe something like quilting, but Amy started rattling off all of these terms this morning, and I literally went into a panic. She was talking about a slip this and a knit that, then purl over here and a pick it up there, and I just about went into a cold sweat panic, folks. So I'm going to have to sit down with my hands on and have her teach me one step at a time, and then I'll also ask her for some reference videos I can always fall back upon because my teacher lives halfway across the United States, and so I don't get to bug her every single day like a good student would. So at any rate, that was my big exciting thing. Let's dive into our grateful list, and putting this together was really fun because, again, I was reminded of all of the things I'm grateful for each and every day. And well, you'll see what I'm getting at here. So, okay, here we go. A new year, right? And I know a lot of you went in to this year maybe a little bit concerned, and because we're quilt makers, we don't do much about politics or religion here. However, I will say it's the 3rd and we're off to a good start so far. I have surrounded myself with friends and creativity and color, and so far I'm feeling pretty darn good about things. Although I think it's about the way we set our intentions, and so this year with our new year, we're going to try to do a bunch of new things for you here at Stitchin Heaven, and I'm really excited about some of the ideas. We've kind of been on a brainstorming mad cycle, just craziness, and we've got more notes and more great ideas, and we'll probably be able to pull off for you this year, but we're going to certainly try. So with the new year comes new exciting stuff. Second on the list, Nerf attack. Now you may notice I've had to stay armed and dangerous the entire time here. Oh, I hit it that time. Oh, this is good stuff. So at any rate, my friends are in town, as I said, the All-Stars, and they're allowed to carry Nerf at all times. And so we've been having a lot of fun, but I do want to show off, if you were concerned that I had my other Nerf, this is the Desperado. It's a double action Nerf pistol, which I really like. This was confiscated on my last trip, so I now have actually 4 of them, but one of them was already won off of me. I made a wager on a shuffleboard game, and I lost one of my pistols like just any good old gambler would have done. So anyway, I'm down to 3 pistols. Terry's got one of them now from me, but we're having a great time. Although I will tell you that Terry, she is an amazingly sharp shooter. So Nerf attack is great, but the best part about the Nerf attack was, and it might happen any moment, so I'm ready if you guys are watching. At the end of the live feed on Wednesday, Tiffany and I were in here just barely cleaning up and whatnot. And I don't know how these jokers got in the building, but we were ambushed by about 6 all-stars, heavily loaded with Nerf weapons, and there were Nerf darts all over. I was pinned down under the sewing table here, only had access to 1 pistol, and Terry came over and popped me in the head 3 times in a row with the Nerf gun, and I just laid there. So anyways, it was a lot of fun, but that also helped me break some of the cycles. So folks, if you ever get yourself out there frustrated, remove yourself from the situation. Get yourself in a good Nerf fight, take a skateboard, put on some rock and roll, and that may just solve your situation for the day, right? Any rate, let's see. Okay, number 3. This is the creative friends and the creativity amongst my friends. So yes, surrounding myself with creative people, both the all-stars and folks like Tiffany Hayes. Like I said, we've got a bunch of new ideas coming up, but while we were getting ready for the last event, we started getting super excited about some new events. So I love hanging out with creative people because even if I'm feeling a little low or a little down, often they'll pick me up and they'll recharge me, and away we go again. So I think it's one of those things that's wonderful about a good positive energy. It just kind of overflows and keeps flowing, but you do have to sometimes look for it. So my creative friends, thank you very much for all of that out there. And now a full house retreat. So we did decide this year kind of to host a quilting retreat during, there he is. Oh, I knew he was coming. I knew he was coming. I'm hit. Like I said, folks, it's been pretty dangerous around here. That was a combat quilter, and you could tell he's a sharpshooter. Took me out in the neck. Oh, that sniper. At any rate, full house retreat, folks. Check out these wonderful photographs I've got. Well, I didn't take them. Elijah did, but we do. We have over 40 guests in the retreat center right now, just having a blast together, sewing. They were working on the New Year's Day Quilt Along. I ran over there this morning. We got a couple of fun photos. Here's a real special one, folks. Those creative friends of mine, those are some of the all-stars there. Oh, there's Terry pictured in the front there. She is the sharpshooter, although you don't see her Nerf pistol with her now. The gal in the middle, her name is Ingrid, and if I remember correctly, she's Navy vet. She was awarded her Quilt of Valor, and was a very special moment for all of us out there. And that is Carl there, had made that wonderful quilt, and that's last year's New Year Mystery Quilt. So that's a real special photo for me. Got a little choked up just looking at it. And again, there's our wonderful Tiffany Hayes this morning, just hanging out in the retreat, just feeling good after a great week and having a wonderful time. You'll see here in a second, Andrew Lee, and there's Terry again, and Karen working very hard to get the layout on this project just right. And so being around our friends and having a great time is always so important. This young lady thought I was going to try to give her a tattoo. You can see she was pretty nervous to even take a photo with me, but nonetheless, we got a good shot. And speaking of good shots, look at this one. Oh, my favorite of all times. Isn't that amazing? So again, thank you, Elijah, for having great camera work and being here all week with us and just having a great time. And to all the people over in the retreat center, I cannot thank you enough for spending this new year with us. It's been awesome. I apologize. Sorry, not sorry about all the noise in the retreat center. That's what happens when quilters are having fun. It's just what happens. So at any rate, I also really quickly, because of the retreats, and this was something I had prepared for us on New Year's Day during Wednesday, but the text started to stall right as it happened. So I wanted to share with you all some of the retreats that are coming up real soon, and you can come and join us. We have the sewing machines provided for you if you'd like. We have sleeping right here on site. Of course, Tyler brings in wonderful food. So at any rate, coming up real soon, we have the Nancy Mahoney Retreat. It's a spring green quilt, and that'll be March 26th through 30th of this year. Okay, and I thought I had the pictures of the quilts handy, but I guess I've moved those off. So we'll just go right on to the next retreat coming up, which is the Big Hooter. This is a really cool foundation paper piecing project from Legit Kits and your certified quilting instructor, Deb Atchison. This is April 3rd through 6th, 2025. It's going to be an incredible event. And then shortly thereafter, we have April 27th through May 2nd. This is a QuiltWorks experience where we'll be focusing on the Jungle Magnolia project and the technique of the month. Tina Louders and Michael Davidson will both be here to assist you in all your QuiltWorks needs. It's going to be incredible. And then also following that is the Cabaret Retreat, where Tina will also be here on May 21st through 25th. And I do have a few pictures of those projects, folks. It's just a beautiful, beautiful quilt. I'm more of a high contrast, so I'm the red and black quilt kit, but the La Fiesta quilt kit has got a really nice soothing color display as well. And of course, those are all available through our website special order for the retreat. And this is another fun one. We don't always just do quilts. So Anna Galan, I hope I'm saying that right, is doing a sunshine quilted shawl and the Seville quilted shawl, and that'll be June 11th through 15th of this year, also here at Stitchin Heaven. And here's a couple of photos of some of the projects that are available. Again, these kits are available by special order for your retreat, and it's just going to be amazing. And as I go back down now to run into the comments, go ahead and start typing in your questions. Yes, definitely, Nancy, that was Andrew. He came in on attack. And you know, you can only do what we can do. Mary, I'm so glad you were out there, but you can see what a troublemaker that Andrew Lee certainly can be. Loving the Grateful List today. And oh, there we go. That's ACJ out there having a good time. Thank you all for supporting those that send in their quilts. I just love working and looking through the comments here. It's always so great. I am getting just about ready to sign off. I hate to be selfish to y'all today, but I just cannot wait to go over and pal around with my buddy. So as soon as I sign off, it is the end of my day. I think we're going to order some pizzas or do something crazy and maybe get into another Nerf fight, which I hope happens. Plus, maybe I'll sneak in on them over there or something. But at any rate, well, I guess I can't sneak in. They're watching this video. I guess I just blew that one. So if you have any questions that I can answer for you, I am watching the comments feed. Okay, here's a great one, Deborah. Do I know when the quilt camp will be? No, at the moment I don't, folks, and here's why. So if you haven't been to our outdoor quilt show, it's normally the second weekend in October. We're also trying to figure out if we should combine our outdoor quilt show with our expo, and so I'm not exactly sure when the dates will be. We normally also have a retreat around the quilt show, but when we have the expo, we use all of our lodging facilities for all of the guests that come out. So we have a few things to administratively take care of. So I do not have exact dates right now for the outdoor quilt show. I apologize. It is something that we are discussing, and we will have answers for you real quick. So make sure you're signed up for the newsletter at stitchinheaven.com. Make sure we have your email and we can keep you posted. And also, folks, we were going to mention this, and I kind of have forgotten to the last several weeks, but how do I say this? Like, and I don't want it to sound cheesy in any way, but we hate being spammed in emails ourselves. Yes, we are a marketing team, and yeah, we are darn good at it. However, we also really want to take our customers' concerns and their needs and their desires 100% above ours. And so if you don't open one of our emails for 30 days, we have our system automatically programmed to drop you off the list, so we won't be bugging you or annoying you in any way. So at any rate, if you have stopped receiving our flash emails or you were struggling to get emails over the last couple of weeks, you may need to re-register at the bottom of the stitchinheaven.com homepage so that you're then receiving the emails. And then just once every few weeks or so, just click on the email. You don't have to buy anything, but once you click on it, that resets the calendar for you, and we'll keep sending you the weekly flash sales and things like that if it's something you're interested in. So I always forget to mention that, but we've actually preloaded our email list to not bug you too much because we don't like to be bugged ourselves too much. So hopefully that helps a little bit. Let me see what else I can answer. Yes, Jenny, you definitely want to go on a quilt cruise. It's going to be amazing, and we have several coming up, and Tiffany will be teaching on several in the near future. There is one at the moment that has a typo on our website. It says both 25 and 2026, but it is definitely 2026. Folks, I don't have that slide handy to share with you, but that is something we did notice while loading the slides for the Wednesday event. All right, looks like we have all the questions answered, folks, and I'm just about ready to sign off and go have a wonderful rest of my Friday afternoon here in Quitman, Texas, with the All-Stars and the rest of those great retreat quilters over there doing the New Year's Quilt Along retreats. Folks, Happy New Year. Let's set a great intention for all of ourselves to not fall behind on too many projects, right? Let's make sure we're constantly supporting the family members and quilters around us with good positive thoughts. And let's make sure we're doing something really healthy and creative for ourselves at least once a week to kind of set a good intention. If you can actually do something creative each and every day, I think you'll feel amazing. But again, I'm no doctor. I'm just a quilt maker having a blast. Thanks for being here, folks. Let me see if I can get you one more time here. Oh, I did. That's it. I'm signing off. Folks, thanks for